Hey, you guys, and thanks for tuning in. There was a question regarding visits. Someone asked, we have visit where we were allowed to touch each other. And then someone also asked a question about were there like family visits? So, yes, there were visits. The visits are where, yes, we can't touch each other. Okay, this is so sad. Right, I'm gonna tell you guys. When my husband was allowed to visit me for the first time, 6 I think 6 months had passed by, right? Maybe 8 months had passed by. So when he came to visit me for the first time, he just came by himself because we both knew that emotions would be high, right? We didn't want to bring the kids. So when he got there, oh, it was sad. So he immediately started crying, and um, we hugged, and I said, "Oh, don't cry." I wiped his tears away, right? And then when he backed up, Casey, you might not want to hear this, right? Because I'm going to say something. When he backed up, he had a boner. I'm like, oh goodness. So I'm like, come on, let's sit down. So we kiss. We are allowed to kiss. They don't want you making out, but if you kiss, you have to kiss standing up right there because you greet each other, right there. And the officers, they're not surrounding you or anything, but they can see you. So they see everybody come in and everybody hug and greet each other. So we are allowed to kiss. So, we kissed. We don't make out. And then we went out and and we sat down. So that was funny. Okay, so that was our first visit. So anyway, there are what they call flu visits or family visits, and these are visits where you can go and spend the weekend with your family. You have to be married, or your family has to be immediate family, like your mom or your dad or your children. You can't just be your boyfriend. So we had our family visit. It had been a year, and I was so excited. Casey, you might not want to hear this. Casey, so we were both so excited. We can wait. And so what you do is the house is way in the back, away from the prison. It's actually a house. It has 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room. It has cable, the whole 9 yards. Your loved one is allowed to bring videos as long as the videos, or as long as they're the original videos. Um, oh, music to listen to. So yeah, music to listen to. Food. I order food from the kitchen. So there's a list of food like tuna, pastas, meat in packs, like chicken in a pack, shredded beef in a pack, and shells, like burrito shells, cheese. So I had ordered all this food, and he can pay for it. So he paid for it, and the day of the visit, they bring it over. So I get to walk over to the house, and I walked over to the house, and I'm all excited, and the officer is there, and there's a female officer. She said, okay, so I hope you're ready for your AA. I mean, for your UA. I'm like, what? Yeah, you got to pee. I was like, pee? I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay, I didn't know I was going to have to pee. So she said, okay, take off all your clothes. Go in the bathroom and take off all your clothes. I'm like, take off all my clothes? Okay. So I take off all my clothes. And she said, here, you're going to pee in this cup. And another officer came. So she was in the bathroom, and the officer was at the door. And this house was freezing. So I'm butt naked. This lady officer is telling me to pee in a cup. And then there's the other officer that's standing at the door looking. And this bathroom is small. So I didn't even have to pee. So I'm like, oh, shoot, pee. I'm like, okay. And I'm like trying to pee. And she's like, hurry up. And I'm like, okay. You knew you had to pee. I was like, I didn't know. Well, you better pee. I I could not pee. I couldn't pee for the simple fact that she was standing right there. I'm butt naked. And then you have another officer standing at the door and they're looking at me. Oh my God, I couldn't pee. And she was like, you better pee. You're wasting my time. And I was like, oh my God, come on, Kina, pee. I couldn't pee. She was like, you know what? You're not going to have your visit. Oh no. I started crying. Me not have my visit? Oh, I've been fantasizing about this visit forever. I'm getting ready to get me some. Oh no, So I'm crying. This lady's telling me I'm not going to have my visit. So I'm like, please, pee. I'm crying. Okay. I'm saying, okay, I'll pee. I could not pee. She says, that's it. She's a black lady too, right? She's like, that's it. I was like, wait a minute. No. You go back to your unit. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to put all my clothes back on in this cold house, freezing cold. And I have to walk back over to my unit. So I'm running. I'm just like anxious. I'm mad. I'm scared. I don't know. I'm running back to my unit crying like, oh my God. She said, you call me when you're ready. So I'm running back over to the unit. And I tell the officer at the unit, I said, because you can't just go in and out. So you let me in. And he said, what happened to your flu visit? I can't have it. I have to drink some water. She said, call her when I'm ready. So I run to my room and I start drinking all this water. 30 minutes pass. And then I tell the officer, I said, okay, call her. Can you call her and tell her I'm ready? I got to pee, He calls her and she says, no, you tell her she's on my time now. I got to pee. So I run back to my room and I pee. I could not hold it. So I'm like, start drinking more water. Oh my God, I gotta pee. Please, lady. I pee like 3 times. I drank so much water, I just could not hold it. I could not hold it. So I peed 3 times. As soon as I peed that last time, she called and said, send her back over. I was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. So hurry up and drink some more water. And I run back way over to the back. And she's like, you better pee. I hope you gotta pee. Right? I was like so scared. So I said, I was like, okay, I gotta pee. How come I sit down and I did not have to pee? Oh my God. And butt naked in this cold house once again. She's standing there and y'all, she bends all the way over. And she says, and I want to see it come out too. I was like, what? It better come out of there. I was like, I'm thinking, if it don't come out of there, or where it's going to come out of, I don't understand, right? And so you got the lady standing in the door. She bent all the way open looking at my vagina and telling me I better pee. So at this point, I couldn't believe that I couldn't pee again. I started crying. I wanted my visit. She turned on the water. She was like, here's another bottle of water. I started drinking more water. And all of a sudden it came. I peed. Whew. Okay, oh my God, this is a long story. So she's like, I'll be back with your husband. So she left all the food and she went to get my husband. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm all excited, like ready. I had already decided like, okay, how I'm gonna do this. I don't know, I was like scared. Like I ain't been with my husband in a year. I don't know, I just felt nervous. I felt scared. I was like, I wanted a kiss, right? So I'm a kiss, right? So anyway, so my husband comes and I can see her drop him off and lock the gate. There's a big old yard and we're like, there's a tower right outside with a guard way up there, and there's a big old gate surrounding the house and the yard. So anyway, so my husband comes in and my husband comes in and I just started kissing her. I'm like ready to kiss, right? So I'm kissing my husband and all of a sudden I had to pee. Okay, so I said, wait a minute. I run to the bathroom. This is funny, y'all. I run to the bathroom and I pee. I had already had all this planned out, how it was going to go down, right? It was not going down how I wanted to. So I came back and my husband in the kitchen, like looking at the food, and I started kissing my husband again. So I started kissing my husband again, and oh my God, I had to pee. So sure enough, I said, wait a minute. So I had to run back in the bathroom. I had to pee again. You guys, that went on 3 times. Like, we could not do nothing because I had to pee. He's like, well, what's going on? Why you gotta pee, right? So, after the 3rd time, kissing, end up in the bedroom. It threw me on the bed and crazy maniac. Ah! I break the lamp. Oh my God. The lamp fell on the floor and broke into 1,000 pieces. At that minute, we did not care. Okay, whatever. So I said later on, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna tell this lady? This officer lady is like real sassy, like, like, oh no, you didn't. I just knew she was gonna get me. I broke her lamp, right? So the weekend was wonderful, of course. But when the weekend was over and it was time for my husband to leave, she came, she knocked on the door, and I told my husband, you know what, you tell her about the lamp, because I ain't telling this lady, right? So my husband said, don't worry about it, I got this, right? So she knocks on the door, my husband goes out and shut the door and leaves. So she comes back like 15 minutes later. She comes in, she looked at me, she said, what y'all doing up in here breaking some lamps? So she told me to pick the lamp up, put it in a trash bag, and take it outside, put it in a dumpster. And that was it. So that's awesome. So yes, we do have contact visits, and yes, we do have family visits. And I got to have three family visits when I were in. Okay, so the next visit was with the kids, and it was wonderful. So anyway, all right, you guys, it's a long video. Thanks so much for watching my video. Thanks for the question. That was a good question. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to ask any questions, okay? And I'll be more than happy to do a video, okay? So until the next video, peace.